Welcome back to some battles. We are in the open Ultra League today, and let's try to get some wins. We got the Shadow Feraligatr pair with the Galarian Weezing and the Venusaur in the back. Here we kind of have a interesting lead. They have a ton of fast move pressure with this Shadow Dragonite. We go into the Weezing trying to catch a move, but they decide to bank the energy and switch out of there. And we see the Tentacruel. Tentacruel, so good in Ultra League. It's going to be tough to take this down, but we're trying our best. Oh, we get Acid Spray baited right there, unfortunately. And we're going to have to switch out of there as fast as possible. We get it to another Hydro with our Feraligatr, and the Feraligatr ends up grabbing another shield from this Tentacruel. Acid Spray gets used again. They're just trying to farm down, so they have a decent amount of energy. We have the Weezing with some energy, and we are going to go back into it, and we take out the Tentacruel finally. We don't know what's in the bag. There's the Licky, and now we see the Dragonite come back in. They have so much energy. We're going to allow the first one to go through because we were going to have to tank one anyways. Here comes another Dragon Claw, and we're going to fire off this Frenzy Plant immediately. We need some farm, so we get it low, and unfortunately unable to farm it down. Otherwise that would have been perfect. We do get the Weezing to clean up, but unfortunately this Licky too tanky, and unfortunately we're gonna have to lose this game. They ended up having some really tanky stuff in the back. The Licky and the Tentacruel, just some good safe swaps. If we went for the Sludge Bomb with our Venusaur, we would have taken it out, but then we would have had almost no energy for their Licky. All right, we got the Feraligatr. They switch into the Drapion. We decided to stay in, and we can... Oh, they actually are going to catch the move onto their Guzzlord. So we're going to go into our Weezing after some energy, and we absolutely wall this thing. So we're looking for the farm down at this point because these Fairy Winds are double super effective. You can see our opponent does get us into the low yellow. They come back in with the Drapion. Drapion does fire off the Crunch, not enough to take us out because of our Fairy typing. We fire off the Play Rough, take them out, and now we see the Clefable, and we are going to be able to win that game with our Venusaur. So GG to our opponent, able to kind of get the alignment on them, but even though they caught a move, our Weezing was just too dominant of a matchup against our Guzzlord. Here's the Guzzlord, and this is not necessarily where we want to see it. This is kind of a bait dependent neutral matchup. Obviously the Weezing's way better suited for this, but at least the Venusaur is not on it. We are going to be able to fight back with the Ice Beam. Decent damage, doesn't quite KO, but they are going to see the Weezing, and we can tank all of these moves. Sludge Bomb is used to do some neutral damage. Here is the Tentacruel in the back. Very common. We have the shield advantage, but the two remaining Pokemon we have, Weezing's our best option, and it's only chipping away. There's the Acid Spray bait, unfortunately. Gonna go for this Brutal Swing and trying to get to another one. Okay, we do get to another one. Do we get a shield? Do we get this close enough for a KO? And unfortunately, they are still left with some health. There's the Acid Spray, and now we see their own Weezing, so they had double poisons in the back. Makes sense to protect against that Guzzlord, and we're just going to fire off this Sludge Bomb. The Sludge Bomb would be neutral. We have to shield here. We have two shields, and at this point I guess the only play is to try to catch a move because I don't think we're going to be, nope, unfortunately unable to catch it. Our Weezing is also really relatively low, so GG's to our opponent. The Tentacruel kind of causing a problem, but we are kind of adjusting to it, and we just need to potentially have this Feraligatr finding that Tentacruel. All right, we got the Mirror Feraligatr. We're Shadow, they're not Shadow. Okay, they dip out of there into their Cresselia, So we can go into our Weezing. Let's see if they're running Future Sight or Moonblast on their secondary move. We're gonna just tank this move. Okay, ends up only being the Moonblast, so that means that we are gonna be able to come out with some energy. Brutal Swing gets used, then they're forced to switch out into their Feraligatr. We fire off the Brutal Swing, doesn't quite KO, and they go for the Hydro against our Feraligatr. We don't shield because this is going to be farmed down with something in our back. We decided to go in with the Weezing to get that Fury Wind advantage. And now we see the Cresselia come back in. So they're coming back in with their Cresselia. That means that this Weezing is going to be really good. So there you go. There's the Annihilate. Annihilate has... okay, they decided to throw a move and we catch a Rage Fist. So we do have 2 shields to use. We're going to shield this one. Basically, we're trying to build up the 2 Frenzy Plants. Let's see if we can get there. There's the last shield from our opponent. And we did throw this Frenzy Plant before they get their move. Is it enough? Yes, it is. And then we're going to be able to win this game with either the Venusaur or the Weezing. Doesn't really matter at this point because they're so low. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game versus the Annihilate. The Annihilate almost really had nowhere to go. I mean, it was doing its best to get through our Venusaur, but luckily we did have 2 shields for it. Mirror Feraligatr again. We're Shadow, they're not Shadow. Looks like we are going to fire off this Hydro first. They can take it, they realize it. They're going to build up a good amount of energy. They fire off their own Hydro and they are able to win the CAP tie. So that is unfortunate for us. We're going to go for this Hydro. Let's see if they shield. They decide to shield, and at this point we try to catch a move, but it did not allow us to because we were trying to go into that Venusaur. So we decided to double shield here. Let's see if they end up shielding. Nope, they let it go. We get the extra Shadow Claw, and then we're going to go into our Weezing immediately, and they have the Drapion in the back. Drapion, if it's not really running Sludge Bomb, it's going to struggle. Oh, there's the Sludge Bomb. Spoke it into existence, and now they're forced to use some more energy here. This Sludge Bomb does take us out, and we're going to go into our Venusaur now. Venusaur doesn't have a great matchup. We're going to catch a move. That is going to be key. So they're running Crunch and Sludge Bomb. We have the Venusaur tanking the Crunch right there, looking for the farm down. They decide to switch out of there because they realize that we are going to potentially farm them down. We have 2 Frenzy Plants. We have to survive this move. Should be Cross Chop. Yep, Cross Chop is used. And we need this Frenzy Plant to go down. Nope. And we do farm it down with a Sliver of Health and simultaneous KO. So we'll take that. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.